Good morning, everyone. Today I will be giving you this video discussion. It is because I will not be able to finish the midterm discussion based on our topic given. So, last natin na meeting, na-discuss natin yung mga components ng administrative data. So, nandito pa yung mga notes natin. Then, at the same time, dito tayo nag-end sa complaint. Then we will going to continue our topic here on reporting investigator. So, in line with this, pag sinabi natin reporting investigator based on the definition given, very simple, na ang kinakailangan dito na makita in line with the report that you are going to do is dapat makita ang name of the investigator assigned to that case. So, assisting investigators will be listed in the details of the report. So, including kahit assistant investigator ka lamang. And at the same time, sabi dito, this is of particular importance to the prosecutor in preparing for trial. So, what does it mean? The name of the certain investigator who is handling the case is very important. It is because in line with the presentation in court, it represents accountability, and at the same time, you can able to follow the chain of command who that certain investigator write that certain report. So, in requirements to that, how are we going to specify when we say name? Dapat, number one, it should be in full name. Isulat talaga natin, hindi yung alias lang. Then at the same time, include natin kung anong ranggo meron siya, yung rank na tinatawag. Then at the same time, i-add natin dito additional to his or her information on the investigator is yung badge number, including dyan, or yung tinatawag natin na ID number. Para mas lalo talaga nating ma-identify then kung saang unit or station siya under as an investigator. Then, yung number one, yung pinaka-importante talaga is yung signature. So, yan lang. Tatandaan, keyword yun dito kasi pasok to sa identification during my examination. Reporting investigators refers to the name of the investigator. Next, we have here, Office of Origin. Sabi dyan, the office, squad, or precinct in which the complaint was received or which has jurisdiction over the area where the offense requiring investigation took place is considered the Office of Origin. So, keyword, pag sinabing Office of Origin, it can be an office, it can be a squad or a precinct within a station kung saan the complaint was being received. So, based on the jurisdiction given, where the offense requiring investigator. So, in addition to that, based on that given office of origin, ang makonsider natin na we can able to add on based on the definition, what will be the details that we are going to put on that report is the what? Name of the police station. Okay, police station, for example, we have here in Coronadal, the City of Coronadal Police Station. It can be, lagay natin, pwede yung unit or yung division under kung saan ba. Then at the same time, yung exact location of the officer or the office, yung tinatawag. Hindi pala officer, yung offices. Yan ang tinatawag natin. So, next, we have here status. Sabi dyan sa status, based on the definition, this entry should reflect the status of the case within the office or squad submitting the report. The status is either pending or closed. So, dalawa lang daw ang possible na pwede nating ilagay as status. Ito yung pending or close. Pag sinabi natin status, what does it mean ba? Pag yung tinutukoy dyan, patas lang na kung ano ng status nyo, you will be either dating or something into relation. In line with our report, in line with our topic, we have here, pag sinabing status, it is all about the current condition. Ano nang update sa case na hinahawakan mo? Or pag sinabi natin current condition, it can be also the progress. Lagay natin dito yung progress of the report. Ano nang nangyayari? May update na ba sa certain case na hinahawakan mo or you are investigating? Kumbaga, tinatanong dito, what is happening? Dito sa status, what is happening right now? Yan, lagay natin dyan. Right now. So, yan ang tatandaan natin. At dalawa lang pwede natin isulat. It can be pending or closed. So, isa-isahin natin. Ano ba ang pending? Based on the definition, this term used by the Office of the Region indicates that the investigation is continuing. Ito yung keyword ninyo. Ongoing. Kumbaga na tinatawag. Ito yung ongoing. Kumbaga on the process pa, iniimbestigahan, kumukuha pa ng mga certain information. Then at the same time, we have here the close. From the word close, a case can be closed by the office. Ordinarily, it is closed for one of the following reasons. So we have reasons. Paano naging close yan? Ito yung the subject died. It can be the suspect. And the investigation is being completed. Tapos na. Wala naman tayong magagawa. Meron pa bang dyan idadagdag kung the investigation has been completed, then the trial has certain verdict on the certain suspect that you have, then sabi dito, further investigation is considered to be unwarranted for some reasons as failure to establish a corpus delicti. So yan. So, pag sinabing close, ito na yung tatawag na case close. Kumbaga certain, ito pag namatay, then complete na. Then next, we have here the auxiliary completion. Ano bang ibig sabihin yan? This designation status is used by an auxiliary office or squad on completing its assigned portion of the investigation. Pag sinabi nating auxiliary, from the word itself, auxiliary, this designation status or squad on completing the assigned portion of the investigation, it means it is all about what? Additional follow-up. Ano nga ba si auxiliary completion? An additional follow-up. Follow-up ng ano ma'am? Of information added. Saan ba idadagdag? To the original report. So pag halimbawa may dinagdag ka dyan sa report na ginawa mo, it can be a follow-up, then papasok po yan sa auxiliary completion. Kailan ba nangyayari yung auxiliary completion? During what? After. Emphasize the after the initial report. So halimbawa, you submitted already your initial report. The follow-up will be after the initial report. Next, we have distribution. Distribution, the disposition of the original and all copies of the report should be clearly stated. Original and all copies. What does it mean? You are going to distribute. Okay, ipapamigay mo ka sa mga certain authorities. So, it means, pag sinabing distribution, how and whom. Pag sinabing whom, sino, and paano mo, the report, okay, the report are what? Forwarded. Paano mo ba siya i-forward? Then, kanino mo siya i-forward? That is the meaning of distribution. Sa halimbawa, pag sinabi natin paano, ilang copies ba ang kailangan? Anong klaseng format yung kinakailangan nila? Then, at the same time, pag sinabing whom, it refers to the person who's going to receive that certain report that you are handling with. So, next, we have here the hypnosis. Hypnosis, parang itong nanonood ka ng certain ang tawag niyan, yung sa isang movie, yung trailer. Pag sinabi kasi natin hypnosis, based on the definition given, each report should bear on its cover sheet as hypnosis. So, kumbaga, certain part of your report, kumbaga makitaan ng isang hypnosis. Ano nga ba si hypnosis? Ito yung magiging keyword. A brief description of the actions of the perpetrators. Kung ano yung ginawa niya. Established by the body of the report. So, pag sinabi natin established by the body of the report, you can able to find the total details inside the body of your report. Kumbaga, another keyword pag sinabing SIPnosis, it is the summary of the major investigative steps that being accomplished of a certain investigator. This is done in a single paragraph. So, tandaan, pag sinabing single, one, ano ba? Ilang sentences ba meron sa isang paragraph? We have 5 sentences. So, merong 5 sentences sa loob ng isang paragraph. So, yaan lamang po ang tinutukoy ng SIPnosis. So, and in additional to that, keyword, brief summary of the, ano bang sinasabi diyang brief description of the actions? Ito yung incident happen. Ano yung nangyari? Incident. Ito. Tandaan natin yan. Then, pag sinabi natin SIPnosis, it refers to the what? Highlights. Diba? Ito yung highlights or yung mga important details na pag once nabasa mo, parang meron ka ng certain information na makukuha agad. The facts itself. Okay, di ba pag nagabasa tayo ng certain SIPnosis ng isang movie, doon malalaman natin kung ano yung flow na mangyayari all throughout the duration, like 1 hour and 30 minutes of the movies you are going to watch. So the same as the report you are going to do, it is very important that you know how to write the SIPnosis. So it can be in one paragraph containing 5 sentences, and it should be it should be state the highlights and the important of the report or the accident or incident happened. So yan ang po tatandaan. So ito example nakalagay pala dyan. Investigation revealed that on April 15, 2002, John Jones entered the home. So, yan nakalagay. So, dito, meron ng nakapaloob na, pag sinabi nating April 15, it refers to the when. Etong John Jones, who? So, kumpleto na. Home of the Thomas. So, meron ng, ito yung tinutukoy na where. Then at the same time, anong nangyari? Ito, stole the camera and watch. So, ito yung magiging what natin. Arrested. So, ito yung arrested. It was being what? The update of the certain case. And Lacandula Street will indicate the value of the stolen items. So, dito, isang paragraph, you can able to understand what happened. That is SIPnosis. Okay, next, we have here details of the report. Sabi dyan sa definition, the details section of the report has for its objective narrative account of the investigation. It should be arranged logically with an eye to reader comprehension. Each paragraph should normally contain a separate investigative step. Paragraphs and pages should be numbered. Okay, tandaan natin, pag sinabi nating paragraphs, pag gagawa tayo ng report and pages, it should be numbered. All pertinent details uncovered by the phase of the investigation being reported should be related. So, it should be connected, magkadugtong-dugtong. Baka yung first paragraph mo, yung kadugtong niya na details is nandoon pa sa pangatlo. So, makakaroon ngayon na confusion. Excuse me. So, in line with these details, it refers to the full, ano ba tinatawag natin dyan? Full story of what really happened. Kung kanina, si SIPnosis, parang nagabigay ka lang ng pahapyaw, pero at the same time, yung pahapyaw na yun, you can able to understand what really happens dito, the full story. Then, it refers to the main body. Pag sinabi nating details, it is the main body of the narrative na gagawin mo on the report that you are going to do. So, dito, sa details of the report, it is what? The incident is fully explained. Na isa-isa na talaga kasi ano ba, bakit mo nasabing isa-isa, ma'am? From the word na it is what? From the word separate investigative step, then at the same time, ito yung arrange logically. Yan, para ma-justify natin na fully explained yung nangyayari na incident. Kasi nag-follow ng chronological order, yung nasabi natin. Next. Dito sa details, tandaan nyo po, pag sinabi nating details, it contains, kanina one paragraph dito, consider natin ang multiple paragraphs. Okay, yan. Add on natin. So, next, proceed tayo sa ating next topic. Hindi pa pala next topic, addition pa pala. The conclusion and the recommendation, so nag-emphasize lang, it is optional based on the case you are investigating or doing a report. So, pag sinabi natin conclusion and recommendations, the investigator's opinions, conclusion, and recommendation as the status of the case and the disposition of physical evidence should be expressed under this heading. So, ano bang nangyayari pag sinabi natin conclusion? Dito na papasok yung magiging conclusion or pwedeng isuggest ng isang investigator based on the case kung ano ba yung status ng case na kanyang ginahandle. Pero, dapat yung opinion, conclusion, and recommendation must based on the evidence, the physical evidence that has been gathered on the investigation. So, pag sinabi natin conclusion, ano ba ang pwede mga possible na nalalagay dyan, ma'am? It can be number 1, lagay mo dyan sa conclusion mo yung filing of the charges. So, indicate mo based on this, the case being handled, the suspect has been filed, to be filed, yung ganon. Then number 2, pwede ang magiging conclusion mo or yung recommendation further investigation. Bakit? Kailan mangyayari yung further investigation? Ito yung paghalimbawa kulang pa yung mga details or yung physical evidence is not enough for the conclusion that you are going to come up. Then at the same time, number 3, pwede natin i-consider dito yung referral to other unit. Ito yung pwede suggest mo ngayon sa forensic chemist or forensic laboratories you are going to endorse. Ito yung magiging conclusion mo. The reporter itself going to submit the physical evidences towards the forensic expert in the unit of, for example, state the name for further investigation and testing the physical evidences that has been gathered. So, yan po ang ibig sabihin pag sinabi nating conclusion and recommendations. Then, it is necessary also that if you are going to put this, the purpose of your action or the course of action that you are going to do. Next, we have here the undeveloped leads. Undeveloped, from the word undeveloped, it means incomplete. Incomplete. Kumbaga pagbasa mo parang may kulang. Kasi pag sinabi nating undeveloped leads, these are uncontacted possible source of information which appears necessary in bringing the investigation to a logical conclusion. So pag sinabi nating logical conclusion, it doesn't mean the pag unang gather mo ng certain information, you can able to come up a certain solution or conclusion. No, it's not. Para siyang logical. Kumbaga, you are going to connect the dots. Ito yung tinutukoy. Connect the dots. Because those dots are what? Yun ang mga information na ipagtagpi-tagpi mo para maka-come up ka ngayon ng certain conclusion. So, the investigator should try to make each lead specific. So, ito na yung connecting the dots. Stating exactly what information is to be expected from the lead. Kasi pag sinabi nating undeveloped leads, ito yung mga clues. Keyword nyo dyan, clues. Ano mga clue? Kumaga, clue. Or, ito yung certain directions. Directions in the investigation that has or not yet fully verified. Kasi pag sinabi nating undeveloped, ito yung not yet. Lagay natin, not yet or fully verified. Kumbaga, hindi pa yan final. Kailangan pa natin ng additional information. Next, we have here enclosures. What is enclosure means? These are the supplementary keywords, supplementary documents, which may be consist of photographs, sketches of crime scenes, and at the same time, ito yung mga identification, mga photostats of the checks. What does it mean pag sinabi natin enclosure? Keyword natin dito yung supplementary. So, what does what does it mean pag sinabi supplementary? Ito yung mga supporting documents. Kumbaga, this kind of documents is very necessary in order to support the information. Kasi tinawag na supporting documents or it can be materials. Lagay natin dyan, materials nga ano ang gihimo, gi-attach mo, attach to the main report for what? Additional for additional pieces of evidences. Yan, tatandaan natin. Pag sinabing enclosure keyword, itong supplementary documents. Bakit? It support the main report that you made. Kasi ang tawag dito parang enclosure, ito yung additional, mga additional information. Next, we have here for the next topic, lesson title, classifications of investigation report. So ito lalabas talaga to maybe sa identification and sa true or false. So sabi dyan, pag sinabi nating number 1, initial or advanced report, from the word initial, anong papasok sa utak ni pag initial? Pauna. This is written narration of facts concerning new case assigned. This report is advanced information. Take note, this is the keyword pag sinabi nating initial or advanced information. Advanced report, it is what? Advanced information. New fresh case was being assigned to an investigator. It is written and submitted immediately after having conducted the initial investigation on the case. So, ito yung mga sinusulat kaagad. Kumbaga, ito yung natitake note mo. It can be, pag sinabi natin initial report, we can consider this as an informal. Kasi pamadalian, ito yung mga brief. Okay, mga short, certain details, pero mga important facts. Then, we can consider na yung mga ganito is immediate report. And at the same time, pag sinabi natin initial, ito yung brief immediate report that needs to be submitted. Kailangan kaagad na masubmit after, lagay natin dito, after the incident happened. Okay, para meron agad update. So, kailan, that is the purpose of having an initial or advanced report. It contains, ano bang nakapaloob dyan? It contains basic facts. Tandaan yan. Mga basic lang, as long as understandable and may laman. Pag sinabi natin may laman, naiintindihan, then complete yung narration. Basic pero complete. So, in line with that, we have number 2. Okay, mayroong example dyan. Pag sinabi natin initial reports, it can be in a form of spot report. From the word spot, on the spot, yan. On the spot, gumawa ka agad ng report based on the case presented or happened or the incident. Based on the incident. Next, we have here the spot report. It can be, sabi dyan, one done after an important incident took place in a certain area or given. Verbal or written, it must be acted upon within hours. So, upon within hours, dapat nagawa na. Ito yung on the spot na tinatawag natin. The idea is to inform. What is the purpose? Bakit nagkakaroon ng spot report? Is to inform an immediate chief. So, kung sino yung nasa higher authority mo, para ma-update mo lang siya, spot report was being made. So, nakapasok dito yung SOP, yung Standard Operating Procedure that has been done. Considering kung ano yung nangyari in the area of your command or your responsibilities. So, that one from a higher headquarters office. So, what does it mean? We're going to elaborate further. Pag sinabing spot, it is all about factual. Factual and formal. Factual na formal, summary. Summary of incident to higher authorities. So what does it mean? Bakit nadagdagan ng higher authorities to higher authorities? It is because PAT report, what is the purpose? Bakit mo ginawa yan? Para magkaroon ng update yung mga tao na nasa itaas, which is your superior, na tinatawag natin. Hindi ka naman gumawa yan para sa sarili mo, to update them, the superior. Next, special report. From the word special, ang keyword natin dito, ito yung mga major cases. It can be. Next, sabi dyan sa definition, if you are going to elaborate, this is done either because one feels he has some reporting to do, or he is obliged to report based on a directive or an instruction. Okay, pag sinabi natin special, nautusan ka, SOP mo na, dapat masunod mo, ikaw mismo yung gumawa, kaya sinabing special. Na, pag sinabi natin higher echelon, ito yun, sinabi ko, yung mga superior mo. Kumbaga, it was being specifically assigned to you na ikaw yung gagawa based on this case. Maybe the consideration is that you're the one who's expert on doing that, so that is why it was being called major cases in line with the special report. So in addition, it requires a subordinate one to report on a particular incident, project, program, activity, an estimate of a situation or any other similar activity. So from the word na it was being from the major cases, so it means na yung nandito sa special report, yes, the same pa rin, detailed and formal, yung report na ginagawa mo, it was being what? Prepared for, we can consider bakit binigay yan sa isang specific person kasi it is a directive or sa iyo lang ibinigay. It was being obliged to you. It is because possible prepared for the sensitiveness. Okay, maybe the case is sensitive or yung unusual, yung hindi commonly na-handle ng inyong ng organization, yung mga sensitive. So, that requires special attention. Kasi tinawag na special. It requires special attention. Pag sinabi natin special attention, need siya mapagtuunan ng pansin ng madiinan. Okay? Special attention from higher authorities. It can be. Kasi needed ng higher authorities. So, ano yung magiging example ng mga cases natin dyan sa sinasabi mo, ma'am? Ito yung halimbawa. Number 1, nagkaroon ng kidnapping. So, gawan mo ngayon yan ng report. Binigay sa'yo, kidnapping. Number 2, ito, mga sensitive cases ito yung mga fire incident. Okay, na directly, hindi kailangan ma-divulge yung involvement. Possible, pag dito sa kidnapping, hindi muna i-declare kung sino yung nakidnap. Baka kasi it can cause something. Pag halimbawa, ano pwede nating malagay? They are what? Government officials. Yan. Ito yung example ng mga special reports. And yan, kidnapping. And at the same time, government officials. Sa tinawag na special. Ma'am, keyword, bakit siya tinawag na special? It is because it was being what? This is done either because one feel he has some reporting to do, requires a subordinate one to report on a particular incident, project. Okay, obliged based on a directive or instruction kasi siya yung nabigyan ng ganyang instruction coming from the higher authorities. Next, we have here the paragraph contents in a special report. Pag sinabi ng paragraph, ito yung nakapaloob sa isang special report. So, it means the problem. Pag sinabi natin problem, what is report all about? Keyword. Ito yung magiging keyword nyo. Anong meron dyan? Bakit siya tinawag na special? Why is it necessary that it needs certain action or certain report that can be submitted to our higher authorities? Nasabi dyan, why is it written in first place? So, ano may ilagay mo dyan? Pag sinabi nating problem, ito yung tumutukoy sa what. Ano nga what na naman, ma'am? Issue. What issue or case? And, lagay natin dito, why it needs attention. So, pag ginamit sa ating why, you must explain the urgency of that certain case. Then, we have here the rationale. Ito yung rationale. This refers to the specification related to the problem. Specification keyword. Ito yung magiging keyword ninyo pag sinabing rational. Specification related to the problem. More often than not, these details are shown in the subordinating paragraphs after the problem is defined. So what does it mean? Pag sinabi nating specification, ito yung naga-specify. Specify why. Why case need further investigation. Yung nakalagay dyan. Investigation. And at the same time, why needs immediate response coming from higher authorities. O yan po, pag sinabi nating special report. So I hope you understand. Next we have, sabi dyan, number 3, usually the last paragraph has his, what action must be the receiver or readers do. So, pag sinabi natin what action must the receiver, kung sino man yung tatanggap, readers do, ito yung, kumbaga, suggestions, what you are going to do based on the special report you made. Next, sabi dito, number 4, ito talaga yung commonly, itong 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, yung simula kanina sa 1, lalabas talaga to sa identification ko. We have the BIT inspection report. From the word itself, BIT, it was being indicated in the station level, this report is one of the widely practiced written communications. So, pag sinabing widely practiced, commonly. Pag sinabi natin widely, common na report na ginagawa sa isang organization ng kapulisan. It is routine o nakasanayan. It is submitted daily by any duty inspector. So kahit hindi man ikaw ang mayroong specialization, as long as you are the only person na nag-duty that time, then you are responsible to make a BIT inspection report. This refers from the after report in terms of movements. Those on BIT inspection do the routine check on foot. Those on patrol check their assigned sectors by using official vehicles or mobile. As to form, the BIT inspection uses subject to letter form with same spacing and margin. So, pag sinabi nating BIT, from the word na BIT, you are having, Leia, ito ha, regular report. Yan ang sinasabi. Kasi from the word na daily basis, it can be the regular report prepared. Sino ang nag-prepared? PO, police officer, who is inspecting the area assigned. Kung sino, kung ikaw man yung naka-assign na on duty sa gate ng entrance ng Ramon Magsaysay Marbel, then you are the one who is obliged to make a regular report under BIT inspection report para ma-update kung anong nangyari during your what? During your duty hours that time. So, anong magkikita dyan? Based on the information needed, nawala. It documents, anong document? It records the conditions. Pag sinabi natin conditions, ito yung mga observations mo during your duty, anong nangyari, anong mga activities na ginawa mo. So, simple lang. It is your daily responsibility during the time na ikaw yung nag-duty. That is BIT inspection report. Next, we have after mobile or mobile patrol report. Uses formal communication, the team leader just fills in the blank. Okay, formal communication na kumbaga, a form of report na paano mo siya gawin is mag-fill in ka lang doon sa certain format being presented. Because these are 3 shift within 24 hours. 3 after patrol reports are submitted daily by 3 team leaders. Each one presumed to observe an 8 hour of duty with his members. Each mobile has certain sector to patrol. So, meron silang designated area From the report, the chief will know if there ever has deviation, merong nagawang kamalian o mga violation from the area of responsibility. The team leader who is signatory is not an officer. So kanina, kung sa bit natin, kung sino talaga yung on duty, siya yung gumagawa. Then at the same time, kung ikaw yung on duty, ikaw ang mag-sign dito sa after patrol or mobile patrol report, the team leader will be the one who's going to sign, not the officer itself who are conducting the duty. Bakit team leader? Kasi after patrol, it is a combination daw na sabi dyan, 24 hours na merong 3 shifts. So magkaibang duty na person yan. So si team leader, he or she is going to gather, mag-fill in na ngayon ng mga blankong papel or blank format kung ano yung nangyari. So it means pag sinabi nating after patrol, it is what? A summary of patrol activities. Yan. Pag sinabi natin summary, kung ano lahat ang nangyari. Okay, yung operation na ginawa, lagay nyo dyan. A combination, course, or entire patrol operation and responses that has been done by your members. That is after patrol. Ma'am, anong pinagkaiba? Bit is on point. Ikaw mismo, the police officer, ikaw yung gumawa, ikaw yung may signatory based on your observation. Dito, it was an information being gathered by the team leader who's going to file or sign that report for the purpose of having a summary of the activities shifted during 24 hours of duty coming from his member. Yan po ang after patrol. Next, situational report. From the word itself, situation. It is done on the need basis. Kung ano yung nangyayari na situation, the commander or the chief has to know the actual situation of a particular incident which can be of public interest. He has to know from his subordinate units what is happening even before media reports. So need niyang malaman bago pa yan mailabas sa media or sa TV, sa radyo, sa social media. If possible, he should be informed even before the public is informed. This may be done every hour, every 6 hours, every 8 hours, depending on the situation. So what does it mean? Pag sinabi nating situational report, keyword nyo dito, ito yung tinatawag na sitrep. Situational report. You are going to, dito pala sa definition, this may be done every hour, every 6 hours, every 8 hours. So it means, dito sa sinabi na yan, you are going to update regularly. Based on the situation you are handling. Ito yung regularly update report. After yan, naka-indicate 1 oras, 2 oras, 6 na oras, 8 oras. And at the same time, ano bang nangyayari sa update na yan? You are going to describe the current kasalukuyang estado or state or status of the, ano bang itutukoy natin dyan? The incident or yung case. Ito sa sinabi natin, the situation or the particular incident. Ano bang nangyayari? Ito sa update, situational. Update regularly. Ito yung tinatawag. Next, number 7, progress or follow-up report. Follow-up, yan. Galing dyan sa word na yan, binagawa dyan. This is a written narration of facts which were discovered by the police officer on case on the course of his follow-up investigation for every development. Pag sinabing follow-up, kung ano yung mga development on the case or it can be the result of follow-up investigation, so you are going to update. A progress report must be immediately submitted. It is through this kind of report that superior officer can determine if the detective or investigator is working on his case. Therefore, so what does it mean? Bakit nagkakaroon ng progress or follow-up? Para magkaroon ng monitoring. Para, sino bang mag-monitoring, ma'am, na tinutukoy mo? Yung sinabi natin dyan na yung superior. Para ma-monitor niya ano bang update. Uy, ano na kaso dito sa rape ni Disoyo, for example. Meron na bang further investigation or nahuli na bang suspect? May mga evidence na ba na pwedeng makapagdiin sa suspect? Yung ganon na mga bagay. So it means progress or follow-up report, it was done after spot or initial reports. It refers to the update of development. Ito, update ng development sa kaso nga ginakaptan mo, which is necessary for your superior para malaman niya. Okay, that's all. Next, number 8, final or closing report. It means this is a complete narration. Keyword, pag may complete narration of facts based on the exhaustive investigation of the case by the officer who initially started the investigation of the case. Final report is the result of the summation. It is the conclusion. Dito makikita yung evaluation mo as an investigator, your analysis, saan ba mag-base sa facts na nagathered mo, and a clear and composite picture of the crime committed to the mind of the reader. So it means, pag sinabi natin clear and composite picture, para bang pag ikaw yung reader, pagtingin mo lang sa isang picture, oy, okay, maintindihan mo na kaagad ano yung nangyari dyan sa krimen. And at the same time, for the purposes of procedural and judicial action. Para if you're going to present that kind of report to the higher authorities, for example, on the court, halimbawa pag nasa trial na, under na sa hearing, yung mga ganun na bagay, they can able to understand. It is because yung nagawa mong final or closing report was all throughout, 100% galing talaga sa mga evidences na nagathered mo. Pag sinabing final, ito yung last. Ikaw na yung last. Last official report based on the case or investigation. Ito yung parang malapit ka na dito sa pagiging completed. Okay? Next, our topic. We have here the basic investigation reports of the PNP. Ito yung mga basic information or investigation na ginagawa. We have here, ito, progress spot report, progress report, after operation report, or final report. Ito pala yung na-discuss natin, nakapasunod. Galing sa spot, magkakaroon ng progress report. From the word progress, anong ibig sabihin yan? It is an update. Spot report, on point. Ito yung after the incident. Gumawa ka agad ng report. After operation, ito yung after certain actions you made. Certain actions. Kaya after operation. Then final report yung na-discuss. Then accomplishment report. Ito yun, sometimes, even though kahit na hindi police, lahat po nagagawa ng accomplishment report. Next, definition of terms. Lalabas din to. Identification. We have affidavit. What is affidavit? It is a summary of judgment. Keyword, yan. Summary of the judgment. The kind of affidavit necessary to support a summary of judgment is the affidavit from which it may be clearly drawn the certain facts pleaded by either party are certain, undisputed, and indubitable, which dispense with the hearing or trial of the case. So, pag sinabi nating affidavit, it is what? Unwritten, a written statement. Pag sinabi nating affidavit, it is a written statement of facts made, okay? Ginawa siya, tandaan nyo po pag sinabing affidavit, under oath. Okay, nanumpa ka that the certain information it was being mentioned on that affidavit was truly and truly true lang. Yung ganon. Totoo, tawang katotohanan lamang. Under oath, and as it serves as what? Legal evidence. It can be used on the process of prosecution, this kind of affidavit in court. Magagamit talaga yan. It must be what? Pag sinabi nating affidavit, it must be notarized. Pag sinabi nating notarized, idaan mo yan sa abogado, papirmahan mo doon sa attorney. Ay, mga example natin ng affidavit. We have affidavit of witness. Yung ikaw yung magiging witness sa isang case na nangyari, then you are going to provide information, magkakaroon ka ng affidavit kasi written statement of facts, nanumpa ka under oath, sasabihin mo yung pawang katotohanan. Next, sabi dyan, affidavit of loss. Ito yung always yung ginagawa pag nawala yung ID nyo, affidavit of loss. Okay, state mo doon anong information na nandun sa ID mo, birthday, pangalan, baka may nakaipit pa na pera doon sa ID, so indicate mo doon sa information. Kasi the purpose of affidavit of loss, kaya kukuha ka ng bago, kasi pag once may gumamit ng ID mo na hindi na ikaw yon, you can able to present that kind of affidavit as your legal evidence na hindi ikaw yung gumamit ng mismong ID. Kasi commonly nangyayari yan, ginagawa, mangutang sa GCash basin ID mo ang gigamit. Okay? So next, we have here the certiorari. Certiorari pala, the extraordinary remedy to correct an accusation of a judge who has acted without jurisdiction in excess of jurisdiction or clearly in grave abuse of discretion, and not to correct errors of procedures and of mistakes in judge findings or conclusion. Pag sinabi natin certiorari, ito yung keyword, extraordinary remedy to correct. Extraordinary remedy to correct. Ano bang i-correct dyan? Based on the decision of the judge. It can be, ang rason dyan, acted without jurisdiction, excess of jurisdiction, or beyond sa kanyang jurisdiction, and abuse of discretion. And this kind of report is para siyang it is referred to not to correct the errors, but what? Ma-improve lang. Further, ma-improve yung mistake na nagawa ng isang judge based on the conclusion he gave. So, pag sinabi nating certiorari, ito yung court process. Court process na used to correct. Used to correct. Or, ito talaga yung emphasize, review. Para ma-review the decisions made by the judge. So, pag purpose ng certiorari, ito pong form ng isang formal written report na nagpetition ka na anong gagawin to correct or review the decision of the judge. So, ano yan? Paano yan nangyayari? You're going to mag-file ka ng certain sa Supreme Court to review the decision made by the judge. Supreme Court, yan na mangyayari. Next, complaint. So, tapos na natin na-define to kanina. Complaint, a concise statement, ultimate facts constituting the plaintiff's cause or causes of action. Ano na natin yan sa kanina sa itaas. Next, police blotter. From the word police blotter, a record or log. Ito ang keyword. Where all types of operational undercover dispatches will be recorded. Anong nangyayari dyan? Ano ang mga report nga nagpalapit dira sa station mo? So, it means, pag sinabing police blotter, it is the official daily records to all incidents being recorded or lahat ng mga activities dyan, mga who, how, where, how, when, and why. Next, project proposal. We have here. Anong project proposal? The recommended format or documentary vehicle. Ito yung recommended format or documentary vehicle to be used in presentation of the operational concepts, administrative necessities, and the conduct of intelligence, special projects for processing and approval of designated authority. So, pag sinabi nating project proposal, you are having an operation. Meron kang operation na gagawin. So, halimbawa, you are in need ka in line with the vehicle you are going to use, or kahit hindi vehicle, certain materials, mga machines, laboratories, you are going to request approval. Yan, yung sinasabi natin na project, proposal. Next, summary of information or SOI, an intelligence report rendered regarding any illegal activity or violation of laws being observed by the intelligence operatives within given area of responsibility. This is the usual basis case operation. Hence, information received be cared, validated, counter-checked, analyzed, and evaluated. So, what does it mean? Pag sinabi natin summary of information, galing yan sa isang intelligence report na hindi pa always final. Need pa siya i-validate, i-counter-checking para ma-assure talaga that information being gathered from that intelligence will not violate the law or it can be destroy the operation of the police of organization. So, what does it mean? Pag sinabi natin summary of information, you are going to overview. You're going to check, overview the facts. Pag sinabi facts, based on the information gathered. Info gathered. Yan. Summary. Galing sa isang intelligence, merong report, mga illegal activity or violation na coming from intelligence. Ito yung mga surveillance. Yan, mga undercover natin. Pasok dyan. Undercover. Next, we're going to proceed. The last topic that we will be discussing sa midterm. Ito yung kinds of report in PNP. In the PNP, so we have after operation report. From the word after operation, it is a report that may be rendered after any successful police operation. So, halimbawa, nagkaroon kayo ng bypass dyan. After that operation, you are going to make this kind of report that leads to arrest any members, some members, or syndicated groups. So, sa bypass nyo, you are going to indicate, halimbawa, successful siya, you are going to indicate who was being arrested, ano yung nag-gathered ninyo na mga illegal contrabands, you are going to indicate ilang kilograms, ilang milligrams, yung mga ganon. And, pag sinabi natin after operation, additionally, it is a formal report pa rin. Formal report by, police officer after completing operations. Yan lang. Ginagawa after successfully made yung isang operation under the police organization. Next, after SOCO report. From the word SOCO, it is all about what? Report after. Tandaan nyo. Report after. Kung kanina after operation, ito yung keyword after operation, ito after what? After processing. After you process the crime scene. Kaya tinawag na SOCO, after SOCO report. So, ano bang mga details na nandyan? Conducted the scene, crime scene, processing, investigation. So, ano bang nag-gather na mga evidences? Ano bang nakuha nyo dyan na mga evidences? In line with your crime scene. So, dyan nakalagay. Next, we have agent's report. It is reported rendered by documented agent who answer an intelligence requirement. So, it means, it is all about report about info gathered on a surveillance. Pag sinabi nating agent. After a surveillance, you are going to make a report. So, ito, after surveillance. Ito, after SOCO. After operation. Yan, tatandaan. Next, coordination report. From the word coordination, it refers to what? Proper communication. Proper communication between, kanino ba? Between agencies in connection to the case being investigated for an operations. For an operations or investigation. So, a report which used means formal coordination to made by investigating with the police unit or military place where police case shall be conducted. So, halimbawa, ganito. Magkakaroon kayo ng bypass sa example zone 2. Hindi ka basta-basta magkaroon lang kayo ng bypass dyan directly. You are going to coordinate. Pag sinabi natin coordinate, you are going to inform in advance the captain of the barangay zone 2, the kagawad, the BPATs, in order for them to be aware what is happening on their barangay. That is an example of coordination. So, gagawan mo yan ng report. You are going to, like example, you indicate na we do this kind of operation, we coordinated the barangay captain, the barangay kagawad, which we're going to indicate the names of that certain person. Then after that, yung actions or the operation conducted. You're going to narrate what happened. So what's the purpose of having this kind of coordination? To simply inform them what will be going to happen if you are going to conduct a certain operation as a police officer. Then at the same time, pagka nagkakaroon ng report, it specify accountability. Pag sinabi nating accountability as a police officer, you made that report. You are the one mentioned on that report na si Police Officer Jane Marie Disoyo, the one who conducted the bypass on Barangay Zone 2. You will be responsible if merong mga irregularities. Pag sinabi nating irregularities, merong mga violations. So, ikaw yung hahabulin, si Ma'am Disoyo, for example, based on the scenario given. So, paulit-ulit, pabalik-balik, we have here spot report. Next, we have tactical interrogation report. The report rendered by interrogator, investigator, which contains the following information. So, ano makikita dyan sa report? Personal and family background, educational background, professional background, criminal activities, associates, and yung plans made. Pag sinabi nating tactical, report that documents the questioning. It refers to documentation of questioning. Questioning a suspect. It can be questioning doon sa witness or doon sa mga person of interest. Yan. So, what does it mean? Pag sinabi na tactical interrogation report, it means it refers to the result of interrogation. After you interrogate someone who is involved on that case, halimbawa si Jane Marie Disoyo, siya yung involved sa pangawat sa cellphone sa opisina, mayroong interrogation na naganap. After your interrogation, you are going to make a report based on that interrogation made. Anong ginawa mo? Anong steps? Anong mga questions na gi-ask mo? Anong response ng certain suspect or witness or yung person of interest. So, dyan mag-end yung ating discussion based on our topic here on midterm. And in addition, maybe tomorrow, April 27, no, it's not, 28, Tuesday, I will be giving an example based on the affidavits. Magbigay ako ng mga example kung paano yun gagawin. Mag-send ako sa ating GC para mas lalong maliwanagan kung paano talaga yan ginagawa. So, thank you for listening. Dito may nabanggit ako ng mga hint kung ano yung lalabas. Kung nakaabot ka sa dulo, kung hindi mo skip, it is a reward for you. Thank you and God bless. Ingat kayo always. I hope you understand the discussion.